Hi, this is another YuME update video. This is going to cover some of the new features that are going to go into 1.1.1. But before I go through those, I wanted to talk about something that's happening with the current version of YuME on the Asset Store. So if we look on the Asset Store, it says current version 1.1a. One of the things that's different as well is that we've got the base Unity set to 2017. If we look at the releases, it's got all the release notes, and even if we look at the package contents, we'll see that there's a few new scripts in there that are not in the previous version of YuME. However, if we click on import, those files are missing, and it seems like it's a previous version of YuME. I don't really know what's going on. I've tried re-uploading, that didn't seem to have any effect. I've mailed Unity about it to try and find out what's going on. I've not heard back yet. I know those guys are busy, but hopefully they'll tell me what either I did wrong or if there's an error with the asset store. Anyway, I'm hoping this new update that I'm going to push this weekend will kind of force an update and make everything work, and you'll get the new features as well as all of the stuff promised and talked about in the last video and version 1.1. Okay, let's take a look at 1.1.1. First thing, some new images. They're a little bit smaller to give a little bit more real estate. That's not the big update, you'll be pleased to hear. So one of the first new things is to do with frozen maps. So if we build something real simple, and oops, okay, let's say this is something brilliant that we built and we absolutely want to use it all over our game, but we don't want to start copying the tiles everywhere, plus we might want it to move. Let's say this is an elevator. I built an elevator in YuME. You might be thinking, oh, that's okay, I'll freeze the map, because freezing the map creates a single object, right? So now we have the mesh, and then what I'll do is I'll just drag that into my prefabs folder, and then I've got it. Unfortunately, that doesn't work like that because this mesh only exists in the editor. It's not saved to disk at all. So if we look at this object, it's got no mesh filter. So what I've done is I've added a button, Save Frozen Object. If we click on that and give it a directory, that creates a game object. Let's delete that submesh. That creates a game object and the meshes in the directory. So if we look, we've got the mesh there, and we've got the game objects there, and we can now use that all over. So if this was going to be an elevator, we could just drag this in like a normal Unity game object and make an elevator script and make it move up and down. Maybe a more useful version or more useful use of this would be if you wanted to build a whole bunch of rooms, particularly now that you can manage multiple maps in YuME. Let's say you wanted to build a whole bunch of rooms, save them out as frozen meshes, and then instantiate them at runtime using some kind of procedural dungeon script. You absolutely can do that now with this sort of saving frozen meshes feature. I think quite a lot of people are going to find it very useful. So that's the first new feature. The second new feature is a little bit, let me delete this first. Where is this object? The second feature is a little bit weird in that it's kind of a bug, but it's a bug that I cannot track down or create a consistent reproducible case for. And I think it's something to do with the prefab system and updating prefabs. So whenever you drop a tile in YuME, it's essentially instantiating a prefab. And if your grid size is not 1 by 1 by 1, we rescale them. So in this case, my grid is 2 by 2 by 2. So each of these objects, their parent is scaled to 2 by 2 by 2. So in here, we see we've got the grid size set to 2. What was happening was and it was random, some blocks, some tiles, after I'd re-imported the tile set, were resetting their scale in scene back to 1, 1, 1. So you get something like this, and sometimes it wasn't even all of the same tiles. Sometimes it would just be a random tile, like this one would be reset scale, and I'm guessing it's something to do with replacing prefabs and it kind of messing up something in the scene. If I track it down, I'll fix it properly. Until that time, if you're finding you're getting something like this, particularly if you're using a non-111 tile size and you're re-importing your tile set and it gets a bit messed up, I've added a button over here and this refreshes the map and resets the scale. So I've not had anybody report that as a bug, but I'm finding it, so it's out there. What else have we got? Okay, oh yes, so I think again people will find this quite a useful feature, and it's a little bit experimental, but that's why it's an option in the preferences. But this is to do with Unity and their amazing UI system, which is gigantic, imposing, ominous, oppressive, and likes to sit itself right on the origin of the scene, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't move this thing. You'd normally just have to hide all of your UI to work on anything down at this level because of the Unity UI canvas. I mean, I'm not knocking the system, it's a great UI system, but I do not get that. So what I've added is an option down here called Hide Unity UI Objects. Now, when you activate that, you're going to have to restart YuME. So let's just reopen it. Now, when I click on Enable YuME, it hides any UI canvases in scene. So you're free to edit your maps without getting too messed up by the Unity UI system. And when you turn that off, it comes back, and when you hit play, it comes back. But again, hopefully people will find that useful. I don't understand why the Unity UI system does that, but it does. So here's a little bit of a workaround for that. Final update is super minor, but again, it would probably be really annoying to people that are using it, is that the grid offset, so this is being able to slightly shift the grid up and down. This was only updating when you open the editor config. I've now made it so that when you enable and unenable, the grid offset is constantly being updated. So again, if that was annoying me a little bit, hopefully that's a bug fix that'll please a few people. So that's it. I'm going to push this to Unity and pray for the best that hopefully we don't end up going back another version of YuME. If not, I mean, hopefully they'll get back to me and I'll find out what went wrong, and it's probably my fault. But hopefully this will fix it. If you want to keep updated with issues like this, then I would suggest joining the Facebook page, because I update there, particularly when there's problems. And I'll let you know when 1.1.1 sticks. Okay, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.